Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to bond with your tools. And by tools, what I mean is anything from a tarot deck to a pendulum or even something like a special screwdriver or a knife that you use to cut and carve your candles. These are the tools that I am speaking of today. Now, the first question you're probably going to ask is, why? Why do we need to bond with our tools? And there's a very simple explanation for that. The reason you want to bond with your tools are simply power. When you bond with your tools, they become an extension of yourself. Your energy and the tool's energy meld, and your power and their power, its power, is coming together, and you want that power to work well with one another and not work against one another. Also, let's say you don't make your own tool, you buy something. For example, this pendulum here. I bought this pendulum online, and this looks like a crystal, but it's actually petrified wood. I don't know who made this. I don't know if what their energy is like. So I want to put my energy on this and make it a personal tool. Also, when you use tools in your rituals, we know that ritual creates power. And so when you use these tools, you are adding its power to your own and to other tools and to your spells and rituals. We also know that a ritual that is performed the same over time creates more power. So the more you perform a ritual, the more power it accumulates. This is another reason why people who write spells say, don't alter the spells, don't use substitute ingredients unless you absolutely have to, because to alter your spell is to alter your ritual, and that will have a negative impact on its effectiveness for you. Same thing with your tools. If you use a different knife to cut a candle or carve a candle each time, you're changing the ritual. So you want to use the same knife every time. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use this pendulum as an example of how to bond with my tool. So as I said before, I don't know who made this. I bought this off eBay. I like the product. I gave them a really good review. But again, I don't know what their energy is like compared to my own. Now, someone like me who is psychically gifted, I might be able to hold this in my hand and feel, ooh, this feels off or whatever. Even if the energy feels good, you're going to want to cleanse this. And one way I do that is by smoking it in incense. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I will take some Van Van oil. And this Van Van oil I purchased from Ruth over at the Tarot Witchery. She makes some very good oils. This smells really good. Van Van oil is used to empower talismans and objects of a magical nature. So I'll take a little bit of this oil, put it on my finger, and rub it on this pendulum. But I won't stop there. I will also take a little Psychic Vision oil and do the same thing. And Psychic Vision oil will help bring out the divinatory power in the pendulum. It will also help me to divine an answer through the channel of the pendulum. Now, really quick, if you are using tarot cards, for example, what you might do is you don't want to put oil directly on the cards. So what you might do instead is take the oil, put a little dab on your hands, get it all over your hands, and then shuffle your cards 3 times. I know of one worker who does it 7 times, but I like 3 because 3 is the magic number of manifestation. And if you do this every time you use your cards, the little oils will get on your hand, and then you will get them on your cards, and they'll smell really good. Also, I'm curious what card I got on top. Empress, that's a good card. So anyway, that's how you do it with the tarot. So anyway, now, just by the act of doing the smoking and incense and anointing with oil, that's already a ritual. That's something I do with all my pendulums or all my tarot cards, and I have certain rituals for other items. So that's already a part of the ritual. So you're already including your tool in your ritual. Now, the other way to continue to expand on this is something I do is I will keep the object on me for 3 days, as much as possible. I will carry it in my pocket. If I'm just sitting watching TV, I'll take it, put it in my hand, and I'll hold it in my hand. When I go to bed at night, I'll either put it under my pillow. If I'm worried about it getting damaged, you know, in the night I might flip my pillow or something. If I'm worried about it getting damaged, I will put it on the side table beside the bed. And what you're doing is you're keeping this item in the sphere of your own aura, and you're impressing your energies upon it. The second way to bond with your tool is to, and this is going to sound weird, but this is something I sort of learned in art class, and I don't know why it works. I have a theory, and I'll explain that in a minute. But another way is, you know how you can walk into a room or walk by a place every day and not really see it? These things can be that way. You can use it every day, but you might, and then one day you just really notice it, and you'll notice a little flaw or something. Well, to bond with your tool, one thing you might want to do is just sit quietly and look at it. Take it in. Really, really look at it. Don't watch TV. Don't have the radio on. Don't be chatting with someone. Just quietly stare at the object and really look at it and memorize it to a point where you can close your eyes and draw this from memory. Now, I don't know why this works, and my theory is it's sort of the equivalent of making prolonged eye contact with a person. So, these are some of the ways that you can bond with your tools, incorporate them into your rituals, and make them more powerful for you. And I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope to make many, many more.